In the upcoming episode, as Eun-ho is on the train, she is lost in thought, remembering the moment she shared with Hyun-oh in the afternoon when Eun-ho sat down and asked Hyun-oh if he wasn't home, trying to remind him what time it was because she was already feeling hungry. But Hyun-oh seemed to be busy by himself looking for something on the ground, so Eun-ho vented her frustration trying to remind him about the relationship they talked about for the first time that day. Especially since it was the first time Hyun-oh talked to her after 2 months of them joining the company, and he suddenly asked her to go home together. Hyun-oh kept looking for something on the ground and didn't really focus on Eun-ho's words, which made Eun-ho annoyed and asked if he lost something. Hyun-oh then answered his necklace. Eun-ho again asked if it was the necklace that his girlfriend bought for him, and Hyun replied irritably that he didn't have a girlfriend. Eun-ho then decided to go home as it was already 4 p.m. but when she heard Hyun-oh crying she returned out of confused and couldn't bear to see him, asking if it was pure gold. Hyun-oh, who was crying like a child, replied that it was the same as his mother's necklace, which triggered the suspicion Eun-ho that he was crying because his mother had died. When Hyun-oh shook his head, Eun-ho was getting annoyed and asked him to go home and then tell his mother and asked to buy another one. But Hyun-oh replied that he left home, which then made Eun-ho feel sorry and offered to buy his a similar one so she could go home soon. But Hyun-oh continued to cry, making Eun-ho confused because she felt they weren't that close and he was crying in front of her. But she emphasized once again that she would buy him because she still had some left over from what she received, and then held out her hand inviting Hyun-oh to go home. But suddenly Hyun-oh asked her to eat meat because he was crying and had no energy. The unusual change of mood made Eun-ho wondered because it felt strange. When Hyun-ho said that he would buy for her, Eun-ho suddenly became excited and replied that she liked sirloin and other meat criteria that she wanted. Hyun-oh then tried to confirm whether Eun-ho could really buy him the same necklace if he drew it, and an annoyed Eun-ho asked back what exactly Hyun-oh wanted her to buy for him. Hyun-oh then emphasized and reminded her that Eun-ho said she would buy it for him. Memories that make Eun-ho look sad on the train ride.